Hey Dave, this is Blue04. Quinn recommended that I check out your stage for the SUGOI trilogy port. And I guess this is my curse now that I'm a reviewer. I have to play everything on camera, even if it doesn't matter. Let's get started. Path split. Path split. Yeah, so I guess let me know if this was helpful. This feels bigger. This texture should be smaller. Maybe I'm just not familiar with it. I don't know. I'll have to go look for that. Well, this entire stage might be a custom texture job. Ack! Okay. I just came from... I need to kill this guy. Oh! How is this guy still able to shoot at me? Okay. So... Okay, that's a middle texture. Got it. So I just came from down there, went up and around, question mark? So these springs are forward? So what happens if I don't go up there successfully? So presumably this is a hazard. Oh no, I'm supposed to be going through this fast. Got it. Wait, how did I... But if I don't go up there? So I'm going to... So I'm gonna spin, and I'm gonna hit that. Okay, got it. Okay, and then this spring is if I fail that sequence. Got it. I like my ring shield. Or my magnet shield. Ack. What is that? This is intentional, I assume. So now I'm back at the start. Okay, and so this was the path that I didn't take. Got it. Now I'm hurt. Okay, so if I want another shield, where do I go? This is gonna be real. Oh wait, did I what? So I was only able to get up there because I had my electric shield. Got it. And this isn't gonna actually help me get up there. So think I want my shield. Whatever. Okay, so that's a palette texture. Oh, this is cool. I like the look of this. This doesn't feel very stock to me in terms of... I mean, the entire stage feels custom, but a lot of the other textures in the stage feel very much like traditional standard Sonic fare, and this doesn't. I really like this texture set. Yeah, I think that... Where's that mortar? So my feeling is that for most people who are getting into SRB2 mapping, it feels like there's this sense of like that geometric wall rock, which is something that you're kind of gonna have to kill that guy. So this geometric wall rock that you're working with is fine and standard, but it feels like absolutely everybody does that, and I feel like this architectural material is really novel and innovative, and I wish that this architectural material was used more thoroughly throughout the stage. Okay, and so if I don't screw up, I can just keep going up here on the high route. Yeah, I wish this architectural language was just used a little bit earlier in the stage. You know, the stage as it is fine, but everything before that just felt a little standard, and this, to me, really stands out. I'm gonna have to kill this thing. Oops. Oh. So... Okay, so this has the switch effect. Got it. Again, I'm really enjoying the thoughtfulness of the custom textures. I think that this texture at the... Well, maybe they're not custom. Maybe I just haven't really, like, seen enough things. But I really do like the textures in the stage, and I think that this texture at the bottom of this pool is really, really awesome. I do like that. That's a nice touch. This transparency here is still, like, weirding me out. In terms of, like, it's cool, but I feel like I want to, like, see what's behind there, but maybe it's just skybox? Okay, where am I going? Up here, and then over... That skybox is this skybox. So one of the things that Queen... Oh! Oh. Now I can go get my shield again? Question mark? The one that I passed up the first time. So one of the things that Quinn mentioned when I was, like, trying to figure out, hey, is this even worth doing a video on? One of the things that Quinn mentioned is that this stage is not one of your more recent works, Dave. And so, like, I don't feel like I'm going to put on my super critic hat on in terms of, like, trying to give you lots of insightful feedback. Okay. So, okay. I'm getting lost here. I need to figure out why I'm getting lost. Oh, and I absolutely love the color map on this stage. The subtle color map is just a nice touch. Okay, so when I go here, it feels like this isn't forward. It feels like this is just here because it's here. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't feel like forward. Right, shields are weird. Okay. I still can't get over how these shields are modeled in first person. Okay, so I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna hit the spring. Okay, this is forward. Well, and so I'm working on an actually rather large stage myself right now, and so one of the things that I do as soon as I finish up here, I'm gonna crack open this map in Doom Builder and see how much of the grid it takes up. I feel like I'm pretty pedantic about wanting to collect all the rings when I walk by them. Maybe that's annoying. Okay, so as I'm standing here, this looked like a dead end right here. So I'm turning the, like it, I mean, I figured it out quickly enough, but that was something that seemed like I shouldn't have had to. You probably want to put a texture here just to patch up the slope. I'm surprised I made that jump. Okay, now I'm going backwards, question mark? So... So I've already been here? What? Wait. What? And then I just didn't go this way? What? And so it... Oh, that's a Knuckles route. Got it. Sure. Let's take a drive. What is that? Why are you giving me springs in a Knuckles route? So... that's not even much of a Knuckles route. Got it. So now that I've totally failed at actually going in the right direction, do I have to go all the way back around? Okay, I did not... I've been here before, and I didn't see those blocks. So I think these blocks need to be a stronger contrast. Like, you know, the color scheme's, you know, fine, and they're good textures. I just couldn't see them against the other things from a distance. So I didn't know that that was a stepping stone that I could use. Okay, that's the Knuckles route. So I need to go back over here. Oh, I missed. Like, this stage isn't that big. It's just, okay, so I'm gonna say this now instead of saving this for the teardown, I'm gonna say it now. So my feeling is, I don't even know how much of a teardown I'm even gonna do. So my feeling right now is basically that there's kind of this like really like large scale natural geometry that you're working with. Oh. So my feeling is that there's this natural large scale of geometry that you're working with all these like round shapes that are very soft. And I think that your language of geometry here is very successful. I think that your texture usage is great. But so my thing is, it feels like you're kind of looping around within this structure, and so it feels like as soon as I fall, it's like, okay, so I'm at a place that I used to be before, and so it's kind of just like, oh, I failed that jump, or like, oh, isn't this where I used to be? And maybe there's just kind of the sense of everything's just not quite as iconic as I was initially expecting, or... And like these springs are like, maybe it's the color map, but I didn't notice these springs the first time, and so I'm having trouble as a player. I'm simply having trouble as a player trying to track and figure out like where's forward, what comes after another thing. And I'm also not having a great time. Oh, that's how you get up here. So that's why this felt like a weird dead end. Yeah, I'm just having trouble trying to structure the stage in my head into a linear order. And honestly, that's my biggest problem with the stage right now, and I guess maybe that's enough of a teardown that I won't come back into a teardown after I finish and hit the exit sign. But yeah, if I had to pick one problem with this stage is that I'm having trouble trying to figure out... trying to figure out what the order actually is for how I interact. That's my second problem with the stage. My first problem with the stage is that I'm having trouble finding the order of things. My second problem with the stage is that jump. Okay, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to hit those springs. And again, so just to hammer my point home, it's like when I fail this jump, there's this question of how do I get back up here so that I can attempt that jump again, right? And so as far as I can tell, the most straightforward route is coming through that arch and then kind of come up here and then jump and then nab these springs, which I just know about because I've just been spending 20 minutes in your stage walking around. So I'm going to try this jump again. No, that's the wrong way. And so it's like all of your individual elements are fine. I'm having trouble with wayfinding. There we go. And so just kind of as an aside, I feel like, so, and maybe this is just Green Flower Zone 2 and all these like spring chains that have trained me poorly. My expectation as a player is that I should be able to totally let go of the controls once I hit a spring and I should land somewhere safe. Now, granted, often I, you know, do push on the controls to control where I land, but like, again, my thing is if I do this, I should land somewhere fine. And that's just a personal pet peeve. I don't think that's necessarily a design rule, and that's not wrong. But that's one of the assumptions that I make, that if a player totally lets go of the controls when they come off a spring, they should be fine. So I guess I've already been here too? Where am I? I have been here already. I feel like I've been in this stage too long, so I just need to get out of here. That's already activated. All the rings are gone? And yeah, and so, like, it's just the wayfinding of trying to distinguish between forward and backward is just not something I'm having a good time with here in terms of, one, I just feel like I'm not actually learning much. And it's like, I don't know. I just want some clear signage. I do really, really love this texture set. Just integrate it into the stage more often. Like, if you just, like, steal this texture set and just make an entire stage with it, like, ooh, chef's kiss. I don't want to actually try to do it because I'm probably going to do it wrong and it's not going to sound great. What is that? Okay, this structure is just to make the chain plausible. Got it. No, all of this is like phenomenal in terms of the texture usage and the architecture and the design. No, this is great. I love this. Okay, and I'm gonna like, so I'm gonna do this as Metal Sonic. Okay, so that was fine. So basically my pet peeve and my suspicion is that I don't think that Amy's gonna have an easy time with this. Like, normally I'm not, like, I don't... So one of my things is that, can a character who has no midair action complete your stage and jumps exactly as high as Sonic? In other words, if you're Sonic without a Thok, can you complete the stage? And so, I'm going back up here, and I'm falling off again. But I'm going back up here, and so it's like I'm Amy, I'm gonna jump, and all my momentum's dead. Okay, so that's not the right answer. So, like, because I'm Amy, I can jump up this, and that's fine. But, like... yeah, this just doesn't... Amy can't do this. Right, like, Tails and Knuckles can fly, Metal Sonic can hover, and then Fang's a punk. Fang's a punk, right? He's just gonna go sprawling, sprawling, sprawling. So for Fang, this idea of like, oh, how am I gonna get across is just like, nope, don't care. And as I'm, yep, yeah, so. But like, Amy has trouble with this and that's not okay. So this gimmick is like, again, if I'm Amy, I mean, this is gonna get me across fine. At least I thought it was. Well, and I'm even having trouble accelerating from this point, and I feel like for Sonic who has a Thok and Metal Sonic who has a hover, that's fine, but from the last of the Flatlanders, Amy just can't make this. Oh, I'm stuck! Heck, okay, wasn't expecting to be able to make that. Yeah, and so that jump sequence that I just had to make with Amy felt fairly unintuitive in terms of, it felt like I don't think as a designer I should expect my players to have ingenuity like that. That's ingenuity that comes from their second or third time playing the stage. And you know, I'm spending enough time in your stage that I've kind of sort of already played it 2 or 3 times at this point. But let's not talk about that. Oh, great. I don't have Amy control loaded. I need to... Great. This is messing with my muscle memory. I can't. Nope. Nope. I don't have Amy control loaded. I need to go back to Sonic. So just a casual note, Ooh, flame shield. Give me that flame shield. So I just discovered the flame shield recently and I kind of like can't get enough of it. Oh, this is beautiful! Again, I just can't get enough of this texture set. So something I was thinking about saying earlier, Sonic with the electric shield is very kind of polarizing for me because I feel like it gives me a lot more mobility to be able to get up across all the ledges. And I feel like when I don't have that shield, I feel like my mobility is severely reduced. And so I'm not sure if that's a stage design problem because, you know, Tails and Knuckles and Fang can get up around those extra ledges just fine. Sonic can't. Maybe that's more of a problem with Sonic's ability design? Again, maybe that's a problem with Sonic's ability design rather than with anything in the stage itself about the geometry. Because if I do go back here and... How easy is it to find an electric shield? What am I even doing here? I don't even know if this point is worth making. Great. And had I tested your stage with the Knuckles, maybe wouldn't have had that thought. Right, and to some extent, I feel like my perception of time is a little bit warped because I just spent, you know, what, a half hour getting lost in your stage, and now here I am, like, playing it the second time, just, like, going through it, like, I never had any problems in the first place. And I kind of have a vague sense of what's forward and what's not, so... That was not an electric shield. Whatever. I think I'm just going to give up and avoid making this point. Because here I am, minute and a half in, and here I'm already at the midsection where we get this, you know, beautiful piece of the stage. And this is just something I'm thinking about in terms of my own levels, in terms of the sense that there's this, like, huge dilation of time in terms of, like, when you're playing a stage and you just want to get to the end of it, stages are very short, but when you're playing a stage the first time and you're trying to explore it and understand it thoroughly, stages are really big. And sometimes, like... And sometimes understanding a stage is, like, not awesome. In terms of it takes just time and effort. And I know that with Sal's... Well, it's like, why am I even talking? I know that with Sal's OLDC content, Sal did her OLDC playthroughs in the space of, like... I want to say she did all the single-player content in the space of, like, 2 hours, which is insane for me, because it takes me a half hour to get out of a stage. I don't know. I'm kind of just running my gums at this point. Kind of just running my gums. Didn't know that was gonna be impassable. So I guess I really just wanted to give us a Knuckles play. Yeah, I guess it's just, this is fine, and, you know, it's probably not worth making a huge... Thanks, Knuckles. It's probably not worth making a huge deal about any particular design criticisms. I've had my beefs with particular things, and I don't feel like I need to go on any more about them, so... Alright. Okay, no idea if this was helpful, but I've recorded it, so... Yeah, I guess hit me up on Discord if you have any questions. My username is Blue04. Yeah, thanks for watching.